How's it going, everybody? Desir here, and we have a special blog post for you guys. The raid on Orchis is upon us, so that's the new raids coming to Marvel Strike Force. Gear up your newest raids and earn payloads of Crimson Gear. This is fantastic. It's basically going to be the new progression system for the raids. Hopefully, this is going to help it to where more people can complete Dark Dimension 7, get Mephisto, because he's still easily the most important and powerful character in the game right now. Even though the Annihilators can counter him in certain aspects, he's still going to be a very important character that you want to go after. So don't try to skip him because Dark Dimension 8 and everything. Definitely still keep working towards that Dark Dimension 7. Mephisto is fantastic. But let's go ahead and start reading through this. So the raid on Orchis. Thump baddies and grab Crimson Gear with your alliance with the newest raid that's coming your way soon. Raid on Orchis calls upon top squads and some of the newest raid teams dispatch enemy waves, including the upcoming Tech Orchis team. So the new Tech team is going to be called the Orchis team. Now, I did end up doing a quick search to see what the Orchis team is for Marvel. And here it says it's an organization created to prevent mutant ascendancy over humanity and secretly also machines. That's very interesting and very thematic for the Age of X that we're currently doing in Marvel Strike Force. As far as members goes, I know there was the data mines that people saw where there was Nimrod and also a Sentinel. We can probably assume that they might end up being on that team, but we don't have confirmation. So let's go ahead and keep reading this. We'll have more information in a future blog on Orchis and the other new team you'll see below, which is the Night Stalkers. So it looks like Night Stalkers is going to be the Mystic team. That's a really cool name, and I'm actually here for it. But for now, let's take a look at this new raid. So there's going to be 2 unique maps. All right, so what's this going to do? Raid on Orchis features 2 unique maps for your alliance to choose from. Raid on Orchis and Raid on Orchis Omega. The Omega map contains more mission nodes to complete, 71 versus 51. It has improved rewards, and the enemy's difficulties is the same. The power, the gear, etc. So if your alliance wants the bigger challenge of completing more nodes in exchange for improved rewards, the Omega map is your destination. So this is pretty interesting, and I really like it. What this is basically telling me is if you don't have a full alliance, you possibly should be able to use this as a stepping stone to get into the end game portion of it. So you can basically go through the Doom, go through Incursion, go into the regular raids, or maybe you have certain alliance members because you're already not full and you have certain members that might be going on vacation. So you can jump from the 71 to the 51. That seems to be very player friendly, and I really like that. Hopefully they can keep doing this in the future so that way they can help those alliance mates out. Now for the requirements and difficulties, so there's going to be the Bio, Mutant, Mystic, Skill, and Tech. And each map will contain a default difficulty and 3 additional difficulties that's logged with a difficulty selector. So just like we have right now. Now, here's the requirements for each difficulty. So for difficulty 1, you need the T2, which is a blue ISO level 3, T2 level 4, and T2 level 5. This is fantastic. That means we don't need to actually put purple ISO on the raid characters unless you want to. So that actually really changes things for certain people going and playing in that Dark Dimension 8. So I really like this. Very player friendly. Kudos to Scopely for this one, which I've already been putting purple ISO on the Spider Society myself just because they're the city hero team. So I'm perfectly fine throwing that on certain characters already. But this means I don't have to actually be forced to throw it into the hive mind characters for the city villain or the Extreme X-Men. I don't have to if I don't want to for that global hero section. So I can maybe mix some of the Extreme X-Men, like maybe Nightcrawler or Gambit with some Illuminati characters. This is actually very friendly, and I really like this. Combat modifiers. Selecting any difficulty activates combat modifiers, which are buffs for player characters, so not villain, just characters for us. The modifiers increase the base stats, excluding the health, and provides on-spawn barrier. Pretty cool. These modifiers are intended to increase the power of newer raid characters such that they feel more powerful at lower star levels. That's really cool. Basically, you don't have to be forced to really feel that you need to get those characters up to like 4, 5, or 6 yellow stars. They should be able to work a lot better at that 3-star unlock or 2 stars. So for the default difficulty, you're going to get 64% base stats, excluding the health, and 30% barrier. Now, the 30% barrier, that's basically the max barrier that you can get anyways, unless there's certain parts of the kit that say add on to the barrier max. For difficulty 1, you get 43%, then 20% barrier, 25%, 15%, 15, and 10. That's actually really cool that they kept these modifiers on for difficulty 3. I would have thought they would have stopped at difficulty 3 where you get no bonuses whatsoever. So that's actually really cool and really helpful to the player base. That's another win for everybody here. Now, combat modifiers affect the trait specified by a specific node. Here's the traits you'll see affected. So the Orchis, which is the new tech team, Hive Mind, Extreme X-Men, Night Stalkers, the new team coming, and Spider Society. So this is saying that until these teams come out, if we use Pegasus in the Tech Raid or Bifrost in the Mystic Raid, we're not getting these modifiers. So when we get to those sections on the map, which we're going to look at also, we're going to want to be doing some pile-ins to basically get through that section as opposed to everybody spread out. Well, hopefully we don't have to wait too long for the Orchis, because it sounds like the Orchis team should be coming with the Orchis Raid, and Night Stalkers would be coming after that, hopefully. We don't have to wait too long for these teams. Now for the rewards. On top of the node rewards, there's 4 tiers of raid rewards based on the completion. 10%, 40%, 70, 100, that's how it is currently. Blast your way through as many nodes as possible with your lines to grab Crimson Gear Raid, Armory 19, so that's good. Teal Gear Raid, Teal Epic, Teal Elite. That's good they're not leaving this behind, because previously when we would end up jumping up to the next raid difficulty or tier, they would kind of bottleneck it. So like if you went from the Ultimus raid to the Doom raids, we had issues with bottlenecks of trying to get certain purple gear. So that's good they're keeping that in here. You're going to get T2 ISO credits, T2 L4 ions, so a lot more of the blue 4s that we could put on people. I wish they put some L5s in there because we are trying to push more towards the purple ISO, but beggars can't be choosers for that. We're going to get the raid credits, elite raid credits, and the Omega difficulty will have a first time reward when you reach 50% on difficulty 1 or higher. I really like how they made this change where you only need to get 50% completion to get the first time rewards, as opposed to the 100, 90, 80% that they did in the past. This was a really good change, and I'm glad they're moving this forward on the new raid. We'll have a full rundown on the new Orchis team in an upcoming blog, so be on the lookout for that. So yeah, it sounds like the Orchis team would be the next team coming. And then we get to speculate on the Night Stalker team. So for the Night Stalker team, we did the community voting for Karen Page, so she's coming. There's going to be Moon Knight is getting the rework. We voted on that, and Man-Thing was also the new character coming. Now, I know there's been those data mines and speculation for rumors that Blade is coming. I would love for him to be on the team as the other new character. As far as reworks goes, so I know when we voted for Karen as far as mentors goes, there was Morbius, there was Elsa Bloodstone, and Dr. Voodoo. Now, I'd be happy with any of those. Personally, I would like a Morbius, but they'd really have to update the kit to where it doesn't just chain across for that ultimate ability. It actually just hits everybody like, say, Gwenpool's does for Cosmic Crucible or jump 2 spaces. They need to do something interesting with his kit. Personally, I voted for Moon Knight when we were going for the reworked characters, mainly because he has a better kit, so it's easier to implement in the newer model of teams. But let's go ahead and take a look at the new map that's coming. So right here, zoom out a little bit. So this is going to be the new map. There's going to be two sections, the left side and the right side. And overall, it doesn't look that bad. It doesn't look as confusing as some of the other maps have been. However, they do tend to rotate these maps about 45 degrees, which really throws off, hey, where's the starting point? I really wasn't a fan of the incursion, how it was some start here, some start up here. I think it's good they're making it all on the same side. But let's go ahead and look at the sections next. So the first section down here is the mutant section. So that's going to be the Extreme X-Men. It looks like the boss node is going to have Zombie Juggernaut. So probably some undying characters, Hela, Zombie Iron Man, stuff like that. Then it goes into the Mystic section. This has Gladiator as the boss mode. So that means that the Annihilators are going to be in the Bifrost section. That's going to hurt quite a bit. Then we're going to go into the Tech section, and that is Sasquatch. So that means Alpha Flight should be in the section. Alpha Flight has raid bonuses. They're really trying to stop Pegasus from working in here, so you're going to have to get that Orchis team. That's going to jump into the skill, so Spider Society, and that's going to have Apocalypse on the boss node. Bio, so that's going to be Hive Mind. Forge is on the boss node, so that's going to be Extreme X-Men in this section. Again, they're going to have raid bonuses. That's going to hurt. And if we look on the other side, here we actually start with the skill team. Then it goes Tech, Mystic, Bio, and Mutant. So they kind of flip-flop certain sections around. So that's pretty interesting. Considering the Tech would be coming out first from what it looks like in the blog. If you're really trying to push, we're going to want more people on the right side. So maybe about 5 people on the right side, 3 on the left. That way you can actually try to complete all of the tech lanes when Orchis comes out, pile into Mystic, and then get into the Bio and Mutants afterwards. That's how I would probably approach this. For the main boss node, I really hope that they make it to where it was pretty difficult like they did with the incursion. I liked how it took about 4 to 5 people to be able to take that boss node out right when the raids came out. And then by the end of it, we're able to 1 or 2 shot that boss node. But I really like challenges and puzzles, and that's a really good puzzle to have in this type of game so that we don't get too bored and burned out on it. But yeah, the map doesn't look too bad. It's really interesting how they are shuffling the nodes, so it's not a direct mirror of each other on these. But hopefully you guys did enjoy this blog video. This is the first one I got to do, and I look forward to doing a lot more with you guys. Let me know in the comments below. Who do you think is going to be on the Orchis team? Who do you think is going to be finishing up that Night Stalkers team? And are you happy with this? This looks very player friendly. I'm really happy with how this is looking. If you did like this video, please remember to like and subscribe. And until next time, have a wonderful rest of the day.